Okay, בשעה טובה. So now we are Pasuk Yud Tet. For full disclosure, the Pasuk Yud Tet and the Pasuk Kaf are essentially all Kabbalah. The Gaon doesn't mention any Pirush that is Musar related or that is Pshat. He dives in straight to concepts of Kabbalah, and we're going to understand why very soon. Okay, okay. So all right, Bezrat Hashem. So Pasuk Yutet. Hashem bechokma yasad aretz, konen shamayim bidvuna. Hashem founded the world, earth, bechokma, with wisdom. Or with wisdom. Or by wisdom. Yasa, okay, konen shamayim, and he established, he prepared, konenut, hachana, konen shamayim, he established, he prepared shamayim, the skies, the heavens, bitvuna, with tevuna, right? With understanding, for lack of better translation, in the word of tevuna. So the Gaon, I'm sorry, we have to continue also Pasuk Kaf because they're both interconnected. It's a continuation. Bedato, with his da'at, with his knowledge, tehomot nivka'u. Tehomot are the depth of earth. Nivka'u, they broke apart, they bursted apart, opened up. Ushehakim irafu tal, and the skies irafu tal brought down, or no, la'arof is detached, the distilled, okay, tal, the dew. So here there is a distinction between Eretz and Shamayim. Number one, right? So we find Chokhmah that is connected to Eretz, to earth, and we find Tevuna that is connected with Shamayim, heaven, spirituality, skies. Then we have the Da'at, okay, which is a combination of both, of Chokhmah and Binah, that basically splits, breaks apart the earth to create depth, and Ushe Hakim, right? So that's the earth, and Ushe Hakim, and in heaven or in the skies, okay, detaches, distills the dew. So the Chokhmah is specific to the earth, Tevuna is specific to Shamayim. Da'at has two implications. One implication in the earth, which creates the depth by bursting the earth and creating the depth of earth, and also in the skies creates the dew. Okay, that's Pasuk Chaf. The Gaon the Gaon explains the following. He says here, Shlomo HaMelech is referring to the Gimel Rashin, to the three elements of the brain, of the head, which are Chokhmah, Bina, and Da'at. The Chokhmah, the Bina, and the Da'at. And all three have a direct impact, or is the source of, are the source of, all three are the sources of, okay, earth, the skies, and the waters. He says, the Pasuk says, Bechokma Yasad Eretz, Yasad Aretz, right? So we know that Chokhmah is the source of the creation of land and its impact and its influence. Shamaim comes from the Bina, from the Tevuna. Which leaves us with Da'at that impacts water. For that reason, we see that the Da'at is what will distill, distinct, separate the dew from the skies and open the earth, okay, and create the depth where essentially the water belongs in. Now, the Gaon continues. That's that's all he says about the pasuk Yutet. Go figure. In the second pasuk, he's a little bit more rich and kind to us. He adds another few words. He says that the Da'at, since the Da'at is a combination of the Chokhmah and the Bina, okay, it will address the Aretz and the Shamayim, right? The earth, the birth of the earth to make depth is the Chokhmah within the Da'at influence, right? Is the impact of the Chokhmah within the Da'at on earth. And the influence of the Bina inside the Da'at, when you use your Da'at, it is the distillation, the distinction of the dew from the skies. Since the Da'at, okay, influences and impacts Shamayim. And what it creates in between the Shamayim Va'aretz, on one end is the Tal, the dew, and the dew comes from the skies. And the root of the water, of the rain, the matar, it's where does it start? It starts from the waters. Right? It starts from the earth. So, and is essentially this is what connects Shamayim Va'aretz. What the skies and earth are connected by the dew and by the rain. Right? The dew is a product from the skies, and the rain is a product from the earth. And it sits in between the two. And this is what connects these two opposites. So if we try to understand a little bit what the Gaon is coming to teach us here, or the Shlomo HaMelech is going to tell us. There is a Gaon in Sifra de Tzniuta, in Perek Aleph, Mishnah Gimel. Okay? The Gaon says the following: how does HaKadosh Baruch Hu how did he use the Chokhmah, the Binah, and the Da'at to consolidate this creation? So he says first, there is the Yesh Me'ayin. Yesh Me'ayin, Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz. It was created from emptiness, from nothing. I want to read it. One second. I want to read it so that yeah. So says the Gaon like this. Hashem's will to create, it's important to hold on tight to understand that. Hashem's will to create is the thought. There's a thought. Let's do that. The will, the thought, is called the Keter Elyon, is Hashem's crown, is referred to the Keter of in the Sfirot, the Keter Elyon, which essentially is never revealed. That's the Ayin. In the Yesh Me'ayin, something from nothing. Even the nothing in creation is made from even the nothing from creation is a creation. And it's created by the will of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Then that will yields a thought, a plan. This is the blueprint that consolidates itself of the project. It's called the Chokhmah. So the Chokhmah is the first glimpse or the first version of your will. And it's called Yesh. That's the Yesh that we're talking about. The Binah is the second version that is more, it's the version before you present to the public your project. Like you have a book, right? You have all these machshavot in your head. That's the will to write a book. Typing the book, writing it is the chokhmah. Putting it together as a version, it's the binah. So that's what you start giving to one person and another person and filling it out. The da'at is the final produce that you share with everyone.
So, can you just give back that timeline of the book again? Because that was a very good, for me, it helped just to break it down.
The thought, the fact that you have a lot of ideas about a book and you want to write a book, right? That is the Keter Elyon, if you will. That's the Machshava. That's the thought, the will. Then from a will, you start putting your ideas on paper. That's the Chokhmah. Then you write a book from these ideas that you can actually share with people, or very few intimate people. That is the Bina. The Da'at is your final version that you print out, that you sell to the public, that you give the public. The Malbim has also an interesting mashal. The Malbim says when you build a home, he says the plans to build a home is the machshava. So right, the architectural and engineer plans that you give to the workers to build the house is the chokhmah. The building of the structure is the bina, and the decoration inside and all the furnitures is the da'at. And you might think, why am I bringing you these mashalim, and how does that really help us practically? Those are two things. The fact that that the Gaon does not bring us a Musar Haskel from these psukim is because and only an explanation based on Kabbalah is because the explanation based on Kabbalah is the Musar. That means you have to learn from the explanation of the Kabbalah the actual Musar from it. When you understand through those meshalim, through those examples, where the chokhmah belongs in your behavior, and how do you share it? Same thing for the bina, and same thing for the da'at. It gives you a systematic protocol of interaction with people, because what are we? if not our thoughts, our chokhmah, our binah, and our da'at. Right? If this is not what fuels our actions and our behaviors, then we're no better than the animals, right? That's not who we are. We're not about instinctive reactions and like animals. So if you want to be a builder, if you want to be a creator, and if you want to emulate your creator, then you have to know where the machshava belongs, identify it. So when you have ideas, when you have desires or a will, you have you envision something, this should always be keter elyon. This is something that's hidden. This is not something you just talk about. It's your hidden garden. It's your crown. But when you have an idea and you have a desire that you want to develop, the structure has to be that from that idea, now my chokhmah, the chokhmat Torah, comes to consolidate it, structure around it. And it has to be understandable and logical and quantifiable enough that it can be submitted to someone and the person will understand it. Just like you take plans, architectural plans, engineering plans, and you give it to engineers or builders, etc. The next step is the binah, is how do I bring that to reality? How do I now make these plans practical and actionable? The da'at is the beauty around it. It's all the totafot. It's the lifestyle that comes with it. Is the emotions that comes with it. Is the interactions with others that come with it. Is how does it become now part of my behavior, of my lifestyle, of my enjoyment, etc. This is the dimension of the da'at. And if you see, the chokhmah is what? Shlomo HaMelech says, reveals to us that Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself, created the earth, with chokhmah. The earth never changes. It's static. Like Shlomo HaMelech himself says, En hadash tachat hashemesh. Right? Stanley, you're not with us.
I'm having a hard time understanding it.
Okay, so I'm going to finish this and then we'll go back if you have some questions. Then you have so the earth is something that's static. That's not since the creation. There's no change. HaKadosh Baruch Hu put on the earth rules and regulations, and these rules stay. So for that specific reason, if you pay attention, Shlomo HaMelech says, Hashem bechokhmah yasad aretz, he founded in the past earth. Because there was no involvement since in terms of Hashem's creation of the earth. But when it comes to Shamayim, konen Shamayim bidvuna, konen, right, is present, in the form of present. So what does it, to come and tell us that Shamayim, why? Because Shamayim, heavens, right? The Shamayim is dynamic. This always evolves, changes, and moves because it's under the influence and the impact of Bnei Adam, of men. So that's a very dynamic creation. So for that specific reason, Konen in a form of present, in a time of present. Yes.
Why is under the impact of men, Shamayim?
Well, if your mitzvot, your averot,
Okay.
your behavior,
We go to Shamayim.
it goes to Shamayim, right?
Okay.
And it affects Shamayim. That's where the dynamism is. The fact that you do mitzvot or averot will not change the laws of gravity. So that's why it says konen in present. The pshat of this is what? It's going to tell us the chokhmah has been here since day one. There's nothing to reveal in the chokhmah that has not been revealed. It's out there for you to learn. But the actual chokhmah, there's no hidush in it. HaKadosh Baruch Hu infused the world with his knowledge, and now it's up to humanity and Am Yisrael through the Torah to learn it. This is why we say Chokhmah b'goyim ta'amin. The goyim also have access to that Chokhmah because it's part of the earth. It's part of the creation of this world. But the Tevunah, what does the Tevunah do? Tevunah is dynamic. You take the Chokhmah and you develop it all the time, right? You learn from it. You reveal things. It changes you, and through that, you're interacting with Shamayim because the Tevunah is basically what allows you to turn that chokhmah into yours, and now it becomes part of your actions and your behavior, and that's how you impact Shamayim. Good? Yes. Any question? Okay. No. Okay. So that's that. The dat is the harmony, is the ability to differentiate, to break the earth, meaning to open static situations, okay, burst the earth to open the depths of earth on one end, and on the other is there's still the dew, bring out from Shamayim the dew that we're so much asking for. V'ten talu matar livracha, right? The beracha is the dew. The da'at is the consolidation of the two opposites and bringing out its beracha. From the earth, the matar, the source of rain, and from the skies, the dew. Stanley, why don't you understand?
I understand the words, and I understand, where they go. I'm just not understanding how they all fit together.
What do you mean how they all fit together? It's a whole system, right? The Shlomo HaMelech is telling us from HaKadosh Baruch Hu's creation and plan and program, you learn how to emulate the kochot that he revealed to the world and that he gave each individual, and know how to apply them. Where does the thought belong? Where does your chokhmah belong? How do you interact, or how do you present it, or how do you share it? Same thing with the binah, same thing with the da'at. So it's a very protocolar program that that the Gaon learns from these psukim in Shlomo HaMelech. Now, yes, I'm missing what you're not understanding.
I'm following what you just said.
So if you understand that the Chokhmah of HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the Yesod, the foundation is the earth, right? Right? That's its foundation, right? Which is something that essentially has no dynamism to it. This you can understand that Chokhmah is not dynamic. It's knowledge.
Yes.
It is what it is, right? Good?
Yes.
But it's the consolidation of a thought, of a will. Hashem wanted to create, right? But that's not creating. The will of Hashem to create is hidden. We have no reference to it. We just know that he wanted to create because he created. Right? So when you have a will, if you have a will to do something, it should be personal. It should be something you keep close to your heart. If you want to bring it to reality and realize it, then that will, it cannot stay a will. If it stays a will, it's a thought and it's finished. So how do I push this will forward? Then I apply the chokhmah, the foundation, right? And the chokhmah, I find it. It's there. It's not. There's no hidushim. It's putting that idea, okay, on paper as a foundation, as a blueprint. This you understand?
Yes. It's you, and I think I understand it. It's we're using the Chokhmah Binah Vadat as a mashal for Hashem's interaction with the world and how it came to be.
It's more than a mashal. It's more than a mashal. It's we're emulating how HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world in our own behavior.
Through our process.
Correct. Okay. So there is he started with a machshava, which is the Keter Elyon, then Chokhmah, then Binah. It's a process, right? So it's a machshava, it's a thought. Then it's putting the thought on paper, a blueprint, okay? Using your knowledge and the knowledge that's out there, okay, at your service to consolidate that idea and make sense to it. Good?
Yes.
The Binah is basically starting, implementing, organizing, practically speaking. That's where you use the Binah. And your Da'at is the mastering of your idea, practically speaking, and launching it. Now, we've been talking a lot about Chokhmah, Bina, and Da'at. The Gaon is very, very involved and very busy with it throughout since the beginning of Mishlei. It's basically undertaking everything we know about the Bina and knowing where to channel it in our efforts, where to there's Chokhmah and where to channel it in our efforts, and not use the Chokhmah at the step where you have to use the Bina, and not use your Bina at the step of Mahshava, of a thought. This is the message that we're learning from Shlomo HaMelech and that the Gaon wants to bring out. Still no? Good? Then he continues, but I think it's I don't want to lose you guys. Then he says it's referring to the 10 dargot, the 10 spiritual layers, which is the Gemara in Masechet Chagiga speaks about it. Huh?
Next one, no?
What?
In the next one.
Yeah, maybe. Okay.
One question.
Yes.
The thought that comes
Yes.
from Keter Elyon in the person,
Yes.
it's a direct message is sent from Hashem. Where does it come from?
It could very well be a message from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It could be dimion also. It can be imagination that is, fueled by something else. But yes, if you're like the Rambam says, if you are in sync as much as you can with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, your thought is Hashem talking to you directly. That's the Rambam in Sefer Moreh Nevuchim.
And how do you know if it's imagination or?
Adam Bakir Marat Nafsho. You know you're deep inside if you're fooling yourself or not. Sometimes you have Avraka, you know you're connected, and boom, a thought comes. You know it's not you. You know it's like it's Hidush min Hashamayim. Yeah, Hashem enlightens you. And sometimes you make yourself believe that you thought of you come up with something. I disclosed that these two psukim were very Kabbalistic, but we took it down to a very practical, as much as we can level, because at the end it's still Chokhmah, Bina, and Da'at. So I'm sorry if I wasn't able to make it more graspable.
Don't be sorry for our lack of knowledge or my lack of knowledge. I won't speak for them.
No, Be'ezrat Hashem. Look, no, if you think about it, and you'll see that it's very applicable. Okay, and it's so helpful to know when you use the Chokhmah and when you use the Bina. And again, you have a thought, shut up. You have an idea that comes to your head, don't go and spread it out. People love to, we all do. I'm the first one. Yeah, I have an idea. I want to talk about it. But that's not how you bring it to reality. First, be plausible, be consistent, be smart. And then when you want to share your idea, there's something solid, not just Mahshava be'alma. Big Musar Askel, if you ask me.
No, I got that. I got that.
And practically, Rab, it's like in sports, like you have to train. Now it's Chokhmah, it's Bina, and be connected to it. Or how do you implement?
Yes, it's effort, for sure. It's identifying, it's awareness. It's a lot of awareness. But for example, if let's say you have a Mahshava and it's small and big also. It doesn't. It's not. We're not talking about life projects here, but for Kal Vachomer life project. But it's little things. You want to implement something new, okay? You have a thought that you want to want to try to realize it. By the way, you might. הקדוש ברוך הוא היה בורא עולמות ומחריבם. הקדוש ברוך הוא was creating worlds and destroying them, meaning not every machshava you have, every thought you have will come to fruition at the end. But at least this is the mechanism to get there.
It's propaganda for Chabad.
Definitely, well, yeah, absolutely.
No, but to remember.
Paid sponsorship.
Oh, Be'ezrat Hashem. So,
maybe our AI will understand it better than us today.
The thought process.
Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem.
But-
No, so we didn't. Okay, it's not every person. That's Mishlei, by the way. We did Pasuk Yutet and Pasuk Chaf. After that, it gets back to more understandable.